Have you ever been sitting on the couch, minding your own business, when suddenly your dog's wet, sandpapery tongue swipes across your face? Or maybe you're trying to work, and there's a persistent, rhythmic licking on your hand or your ankle. It's one of the most common dog behaviors, but what's actually going on in their minds? Is it just a slobbery sign of affection? Or is there something deeper, something more primal, happening? The truth is, that single lick can mean a dozen different things. It's not a one-size-fits-all message. To decode it, you need to become a dog detective, looking at the context, the body language, and even the history you share with your furry friend. So let's break down the real reasons behind this behavior, starting with the one we all hope for. The big one is affection and bonding. When your dog gives you gentle, relaxed licks, especially on your face or hands, it's very often their version of a hug or a kiss. This behavior starts from the moment they're born. Mother dogs lick their puppies to clean them and stimulate them to breathe. For the puppies, this is their first experience of care, comfort, and connection. So when your adult dog licks you, they're often tapping into that deep-seated puppyhood memory. You are their family, their pack, and licking is a way to strengthen that social bond. It releases feel-good endorphins for both of you. Think of it as their way of saying, "You're mine, and I love you." But it's not always about love. Sometimes it's about taste. Let's be honest, human skin is surprisingly interesting to a dog's palate. You might have trace amounts of salt from your sweat, the lingering flavor of your lunch on your hands, or the scent of your lotion. To a dog, you are a walking, talking salt lick and information hub. They're gathering data about where you've been and what you've been doing. So if you just came back from the gym or finished a bag of chips, don't be surprised if you become a prime licking target. They're simply investigating their environment, and you are the most fascinating part of it. Then there's the communication angle. Your dog might be trying to tell you something very specific. A dog that licks its lips repeatedly, especially when not near food, is often signaling anxiety, stress, or appeasement. This is different from the affectionate lick. You'll see it in situations that make them nervous, like when you're scolding them, when there's a loud noise, or when they're meeting a new person or dog. It's a pacifying gesture, a way of saying, "I'm not a threat, please don't be mad." Similarly, a dog might lick you persistently if they want something, your attention, a walk, or dinner. They've learned that licking often gets a reaction from you, even if it's just you pushing them away, because any attention is better than none in their minds. But we're just scratching the surface here. What about the more surprising, instinctual reasons rooted in their wild ancestry? The reasons that have less to do with emotion and everything to do with survival and social hierarchy. Because sometimes that lick is a behavior straight out of the wolf playbook, a subtle signal of respect, or even a sign of an underlying health issue you shouldn't ignore. Let's talk about that wolf ancestry. In a wolf pack, subordinate wolves will lick the muzzles of more dominant members, especially after a hunt. This behavior, called muzzle licking or licking intention, originally served a practical purpose: to stimulate the older wolves to regurgitate food for them. But over time, it evolved into a ritualized greeting and a sign of deference. Your dog licking your face, especially around your mouth, is a modern echo of this. They are acknowledging you as a provider, a leader of their pack. It's a deeply ingrained sign of respect and social bonding. It's their way of saying, "I recognize your role here, and I am part of your family." But here's a crucial twist. Sometimes, the licking isn't about affection, communication, or instinct at all. It can be a red flag. Compulsive, obsessive licking, whether of you, themselves, or objects, can signal an underlying problem. It could be a sign of pain. Dogs will often lick a painful area on their own body, but they might also transfer that anxious, self-soothing behavior onto you. More commonly, it can point to anxiety, boredom, or even a condition called canine compulsive disorder. If the licking seems frantic, constant, and out of context, it's time for a vet visit. Similarly, a sudden increase in licking, especially if combined with other symptoms, can indicate gastrointestinal issues or nausea. They might be licking you, the air, or surfaces because they don't feel well. So, how do you decode your dog's specific lick? You have to become a context detective. Look at the how, the when, and the where. A soft, slow lick while you're petting them. That's pure affection and contentment. A few quick licks on your hand when you get home. That's a greeting, a taste of your day. The frantic, jumpy licks when there's thunder. That's anxiety. The persistent nudging licks while you're ignoring them at your desk. That's a demand for attention. And the averted gaze with quick lip licks when you're holding their empty food bowl. That's appeasement. The bottom line is this: your dog's tongue is one of their primary tools for interacting with the world. It gathers information, expresses emotion, communicates need, and reinforces social bonds. While we might simply enjoy it as a sign of love, which it often is, there's a rich, complex dialogue happening in every single lick. The next time your dog gives you a slurp, pause and consider the conversation. Are they saying, "I love you"? "What did you eat?" "I'm nervous," or "You're my leader"? By paying attention, you're not just wiping off slobber, you're learning to listen. And that deepens your connection in ways words never could. Because in the end, every lick is a sentence in the ongoing story of your life together. Make sure you're reading it,